We're here to talk about going beyond your best. Now, when I was invited to speak here, I always talk on motivation and sales. And when I was talking with your leaders, I realized very quickly that you guys don't need to be motivated. Am I right? You guys don't need to be motivated. You guys are already winners. That's why you're here, right? That's why you're here. You guys are winners. You were invited here for a reason. You earned your place here. So I'm not here to motivate you. What I am here to do is to have a conversation about what's next. There's something beyond that. And we're going to talk about that here today and talk about why we need to go beyond our best and how do we do that. What I'm going to share with you guys for the next few minutes are what I call the 7 assets that we need to succeed in sales. So we're going to talk about the assets we need to succeed and also a little bit about, how to keep moving beyond our best. So my friends, can I share with you all my definition of assets so we're all on the same page? Yes or no? Yes or no? I can't hear you. Yes or no? All right, here we go. It's a useful or valuable quality. You got that, right? Useful or valuable. For me, that word value is so important. It's something that you own. It's something that no one can take from you. It's you. You're an asset. You're useful and valuable. So what I'm going to share with you right now are the 7 useful and valuable qualities that each and every one of us must possess in order to succeed in this business. We need to be solution-focused when we're dealing with our customers and clients. So many times I meet people that are the opposite. They're actually problem-focused. You know what? You've met these people, right? They have all of these challenges or concerns or problems, but they don't have any answers. No solutions. Now more than ever, our customers, your clients, are looking to you for solutions, answers. And they're smarter now than they ever were. Am I right? Technology has made it so easy for customers to become informed. Am I right? They know more now than they ever did. So your big challenge now and in the years to come is how do you position yourself as someone who delivers value? How do you delegate or outsource some of those menial tasks, those administrative tasks, so that you can focus on that high-touch, high-value stuff? If you're with me, say yes. That's what's going to separate you from everybody else, to be solution-focused. I remember this one time, I'm at a networking event, a wine and cheese event, and there's this server, right, and he's got this tray of wine. And he comes up to me with the wine, and I say, oh, because I really love wine. I said, oh, thank you. I take the glass, give it a nice little smell, and I ask him, what type of wine is this? Without skipping a beat, he looks right at me and he says, it's red, sir. Really? I had no idea. I thought it was white. Thank you so much. You're so helpful. I said, no, my friend. I know it's red. I can see. But I'm wondering, is it a Bordeaux? Where's it from? Is it from France? Is it from Chile? Is it from Spain? And he looks at me and goes, sorry, don't know. And then he runs away. Right? Has that ever happened to you? Say yes. Right? Bad customer service, bad product knowledge, right? 15 minutes later, he comes back. Fresh tray of wine. And I'm a bit of a sneaky little guy. So when he comes back again with his wine, I say, oh, hello, my friend, welcome back. Thank you, that was so delightful. I'm sorry, I missed that. What type of wine is this again? And he looked at me, sorry, don't know. And then he runs away again. What should he have done? Ask, right? So easy. He could easily say, hey, boss, there's some Ang Mo out here. He keeps asking about the wine, right? He can ask. Get information. So the lesson that I want to share with you guys right now is if we don't know, ask. When we look around this room, I see 2,000 people, so smart, so intelligent, so powerful. There is so much wisdom in this room. We can tap into that and learn from each other. If you agree with me, say yes. We can learn from each other. We need to be more solution-focused. And I'm reminded of this quote. Let's get my slide back up here. And get your cameras out, my friends, because I'm going to be sharing with you guys some really cool quotes. And I want you guys to capture these so that you always remember them. So I'm reminded of this great quote from Bill Gates. And he says, I believe that if you show people the problems and show them the solutions, they'll be moved to act. Man, I really dig that quote. I love that quote. So many people want to win that incentive trip, but very few people are willing to be solution-focused in order to do it. If we want to succeed in sales, we got to be ethical. What does that mean? Honest, fair, truthful, full disclosure. Kind of go through the fine print with customers, you know what I'm saying? Now, it isn't easy, but we need to do it. So let's be honest, and I'm a sales guy, so don't you worry, right? How many of us have ever, I don't know, overpromised a little bit to try to close a deal? If so, say aye. So that was about 6 people, and the rest of us are lying. You know what I'm saying? If we're in sales, we've always done a little bit, to kind of encourage people, you know what I'm saying, to push them over the edge. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's true. But here's the thing. Disreputable sales professionals have given the rest of us a bad name. True or not? Right? True or not? They've given us a bad name. And that's because most salespeople, they overpromise and under what? Deliver. So we need to flip the script. We need to turn that upside down. If anything, we've got to underpromise and over what? Deliver. We got to underpromise and over-deliver. I call that managing expectations. Be truthful, honest, fair with our customers, and they'll appreciate that. Because when everybody else out there is being unethical, we're going to be the ones that they're going to trust. And when customers trust us, they come back to us. Am I right? And they not only come back to us, they refer us to other people. True or not? So I want us all to focus on that. And I know you guys are already ethical. This is just a reminder for us to really hold on to those values that we hold dear, to be ethical. And yes, and I'm reminded of this quote. Ethics is knowing the difference between what you have the right to do and what is right to do. Man, I find that so powerful. So powerful. Everybody out there, not in this room because we're all winners, you know what I'm saying? But everybody else out there, they want these incentive trips. But not everyone is willing to be ethical in order to do it. Am I right? This is one of my favorite tips that I learned years ago. We have to be lifelong learners. We got to keep learning. It never ends. So we have so much experience in this room. And I'll tell you something. What kept you here is that spirit of being a lifelong learner. Things change. There's new regulations, compliance, tax laws. Things keep changing. Am I right? Yes or no? So we always have to be at the forefront and figuring out what's next. And that attitude of being a learner is what separates you from everybody else. Now, I'll be honest with you. When I first started my sales career, back in the dark ages, I'm older than I look. When I first started my sales career, I was in financial services. So I know what I'm talking about here. And to be honest, I closed a lot of deals kind of with my energy, my personality. I was able to build rapport. Like Christian talked about this morning, I was really good at mirroring and body language. You know what I'm saying? And how many of you really dug Christian's session this morning? Make some noise, huh? He's awesome. He's my buddy, Christian from Singapore, and he's so great. Body language expert, man. So I had the body language thing down, and I was very good at sales. But my product knowledge was lacking. My competitor knowledge was lacking. My industry and market knowledge was lacking. And I was struggling, and I wasn't hitting my targets. Then, my manager, my agency manager, called me into his office. I remember this day like it was yesterday. And he said, Tom, you need to get some product knowledge training. And I said, why do I need to learn more? Like, I'm already doing pretty well, right? I don't want to get bogged down with the details. And he told me, he said, Tom, you need to learn the things that most people won't learn so that you will do the things most people won't do and achieve the things most people won't achieve. Is that making sense, you guys? Yes or no? And when I heard that, it just shifted my mindset around learning. And then he told me this one secret, these 3 magic words. You guys want to know the 3 words? Okay, now listen. It's a secret, okay? So I can't tell everybody, huh? So I don't know, I need us to kind of scooch a little bit, huh? A little close. We're going to keep it in because I don't want people outside this room to know what I'm talking about, all right? So these are the 3 magic words. He told me, learners are earners. Apa? Learners are earners. When you learn more, you earn more. It's just that simple. So I learned that learners are earners. And the more you learn, the more you earn. I'm reminded of this quote. If you are not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you're determined to learn, no one can stop you. Oh, I dig that, man. I dig that. So many people outside this room, they want to be in here. They want to win the incentive trips. They want to go. They want to make money. But they're not willing to be learners in order to do it. Here's the next asset that we need. We need to be good listeners. Some good what? Good. We got to be good listeners. Here's the thing. Most of us in sales are good at sales because we're good talkers. We are, yeah. She's like, yeah. That's not always a good thing, my love, all right? You know what I'm saying? We talk, sometimes salespeople talk so much, they talk themselves out of a sale. I've seen that happen. So here's the thing. Most salespeople, they talk 80% of the time and listen only 20% of the time. But we need to flip that upside down. Are you with me? We got to flip that upside down. We need to listen more than we talk. We're listening out for client needs. What's most important to them? What are their biggest challenges, their hopes, their dreams, their aspirations, their financial goals? Where do they want to be in 5, 10, 15, 20 years' time? Once we've listened, we can then propose the right solution. In fact, we can't be solution-focused if we're not good listeners. Do you agree, yes or no? Yes or no? You got to be great listeners. So here's what we need to do. We need to do 80% listening and only 20% talking. But that 20% talking, we cut that in half. 10% is asking questions. 10% is asking questions, probing questions. What are your biggest challenges, your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations? What are you investing in now? What's working, what's not? How much property do you have in your portfolio now? Where do you want to be in 5, 10, 20 years' time? Ask them. And then how much is left? 10. Very good. Give yourselves a big round of applause, huh? 10. That 10% is all you have and all you need for selling. That's it, my friends. If you're asking the right questions and you're listening, selling is easy. If you're with me, say yes. Sales is easy when you listen. So we got to flip that, turn it upside down, 80-20 rule. I love it. Now, how many times have you been with a client and made an assumption about what they were going to say next? So if you're married or with a partner for a long time, it's natural sometimes you assume you know what they're going to say next, right? Now, sometimes we're right, and then sometimes we're wrong. I'm usually wrong. So what we need to do is to challenge those assumptions, listen more, and ask questions. Are you with me? Say yes. I'm reminded of this awesome quote. We have 2 ears and only 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This is one of my favorites. Be sure you get a photo of this, you guys. I love this one. Again, so many people out there, they want to be winners. They want those incentive trips, but they're not willing to be listeners in order to do it. One of my favorite tips for success is to be industrious. Industrious is hardworking, diligent, persistent, never quit, never surrender, never stop, never say die. You've got to have that can-do attitude. Would you agree, yes or no? That's the key to success. You can't quit. You know, I saw a study that was done by the Canadian Professional Sales Association, and it said the average salesperson gives up after they ask for the sale only 1 time. Sad, huh? Now, I know you guys are winners, so you don't give up so soon. That same study also reported that 80% of done deals, closed sales, happen after the agent or rep asks for the sale at least 4 times. So the key to your success is to be industrious, persistent, never quitting, never stopping, and always pushing beyond your limit. Something I heard years ago was that if you're working with a potential customer and you don't close the sale and you give up, all you've done is you warm them up for the next agent. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want you to warm anybody up. I want you guys to close it and finish what you started. So I'm reminded of this quote: patience, persistence, and perspiration make an unbeatable combination for success. Neighborly. It's one of my favorite tips. We need to be more neighborly with customers, more friendly, thoughtful, considerate. So many times I see agents and reps, and they only ever see their clients like once a year. They go there one time to sign the agreement, and then they come back again to renew. You know what I'm talking about? But not you guys. I want you guys, and I know that you guys are doing this, the neighborly sales reps, the professionals, they're touching base with their customers on a regular basis. I got to tell you, your industry is going to be turned upside down with technology, as many industries have been. And it's either going to hurt you or it's going to help you. You're either going to be replaced by technology or you're going to work with technology to help you do more, better, and faster. That's why you got to be a learner, so that you can learn how to leverage these tools and position yourself as a high-value sales professional with your customers, so they keep coming back to you time and time again. The key is to be neighborly. So I invite you to check in with your customers on a regular basis. Send them articles, reports, blog posts, anything about their portfolio, industry news, what's happening out there. Check in on birthdays, celebrations, anniversaries, graduations. make sure that you're always top of mind with your customer. Because these days, there's not a lot of loyalty in sales. You agree with that, yes or no? There's not a lot of loyalty, and it's very competitive out there. So the way that you're all going to stand apart is by how you present yourself, and it's by being neighborly. And we got to work together. So often in sales, we got this lone wolf mentality, everyone for themselves. But we got to support each other and work together. And I'm reminded of this quote. It's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. I love that. Who digs that quote? Say yes. Super cool. Oh, yeah, you're like, yes, I love it. Two-handed. Right? So many people, they want to succeed in this business, but they're not willing to be neighborly in order to do it. And the last one, we would not be in this room. My friends, you wouldn't be here if you weren't goal-oriented. So many people wish they were sitting in your seat right now. But you guys did it. And you did it because you're goal-oriented. You focus on your targets, you focus on your numbers, and you don't let anything distract you or take you off course. What I invite you to do next year and beyond is to really challenge yourself. Ask yourself, what's next? What more could I do? You know, one of my favorite things that I do every single morning when I get up and get into the office, I ask myself, what is the number one thing I need to do to make today a success? Single-minded focused. You know, so many people have this long list of things they need to do, right? And we all have that long list, but you can't accomplish everything. And sometimes we get busy with busy work, but not the most important work. So I invite you to always focus on what's most important. What's that number one thing you got to get done to make today a success? And I'm reminded of this quote from Jim Rohn. And he says, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment.